Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Haze Co. I am Aja A. As you see tarot cards on your screen, you know it's time for a new moon reading. This time around, we are looking at the Sagittarius lunar cycle, so we're looking at the month of December. This video is for the Tauruses, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising. This is a general video, so if you feel like what I'm saying isn't resonating with you, go on and check out your Moon and or Rising sign, which I do have linked down below in the description box, okay? Typical 4-card spread, looking at the energy coming in for you or the energies that you need to be tapping into, Taurus, any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing during this next month. As we're dealing with Sagittarius energy, going to be looking at where you need to be like Nike or Nike if you say it like that. Fun fact, it's pronounced Nike. And just do it. Take action. This is a fire lunar cycle, and as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's just go on and get started, Taurus. First card that you have popping up in your spread here, which is I think is very interesting, being that we're getting ready to wrap up a 3 universal year. You've got a 3 card popping up here, and it is Between Worlds. So the energy with this, the message that I pick up with this card is, Taurus, there have been a lot of major changes happening for you in this past year. A lot of things have shifted. Some energies may have shifted. You might have come into some new positions, you might have come into some new situations, some new relationships, some new money, or you know, it may have gone the other way. Some things may have crumbled for you, may have cleared out, you may have walked away from some things, whatever the case may have you. The message or the energy that you have right now is Between Worlds. So I get the sense that you're a Taurus. I get the sense that you're a Taurus. You're watching this video. No, you're a Taurus, right? You guys are Earth. Y'all resonate with a little bit of a slow-moving energy, okay? So as you are closing up chapters here and moving forward into this space, some of your energy is still anchored into your past, into what was, into what you used to do or who you used to be. Not to say that this is necessarily a negative thing, but I feel like you feeling the anchors of the past and the pulls of the future are going to be very prominent for you during the month of December. I think you're really going to be paying a lot of attention to. I've been reflecting on and thinking about this shit, and this was happening years ago, where this happened in this last situation, or I did that a while ago, or this is what I did wrong, or this is what I did right. But also thinking about, this is the kind of life I want to be living. This is where I want to be. This is who I want to be with. This is what I want to do. ABC, XYZ, whatever. Between Worlds. So you're kind of in this purgatory stage. So I kind of get the sense that things aren't really moving for you, Taurus. And because they're not really moving for you, you're in this space to where you're reflecting on all of it. And that can, in a sense, kind of put you into a disconnect with what's going on around you. So you may not feel very connected to or very attached to or very in the holiday mood, so to speak, during this year. And it's not because there's shit going on. It's just because energetically you are going through this sort of change, this sort of transformation and transmutation. And for your energy to create that shift, you on a subconscious level do not want to be mixed in with a whole bunch of other energies, if that makes sense. Okay. Next card that I have coming up in your spread, Taurus, is in the position of your crossing energy, which is so funny. You got the Death and Rebirth card, Taurus. You're walking away from certain chapters and you are coming into new chapters, but this is a crossing energy for you. So this, although I was talking about moving forward into the future with that Between Worlds card, this being your crossing energy popping up here does give me a little bit of the message of some of you Tauruses, the only reason you're between worlds is because you want to keep one of your feet anchored to the past. You want to keep those cords attached to those situations and those people and those energies. And it's not, I'm not saying it in a malicious way like, well, you wanted to do that. No, I'm saying it in like a, that's where your comfortability lies. So you're like, I'm gonna keep my little cord right here. Oh, all this new stuff is happening in the future, but I'm gonna keep my little cord right here because I know this. I'm used to this. This is familiar. This is a crossing energy, Taurus. You cannot come into all the success, all the abundance, all of the glory that is waiting for you on this side of the Between Worlds card if you are not willing to tap into the death aspect of the death and rebirth card. You can't have a rebirth if you don't have a death preceding it. Does that make sense? You can't be this new person if you're deciding to hold on to old habits and old ways. You can't be in this new relationship if you're still hurting and still holding on to the old one and still hoping for some sort of chance from the old one. You can't be in this new position if you're just comfortable doing what you were doing here and you're not really willing to do all the things that it takes over here. You have to die in order to come alive again. That's the best way that I can put it. So you've got to let go in order to proceed. You're not going to get very far if you're still hanging on to what's going on back here, okay? Next card that I have coming up for y'all Tauruses in this spread is in the position of the Sagittarius energy, where you need to just do it, where you need to take action in the physical, and you've got a water card, which is emotion and intellect. And this card resonates with this energy of looking at things in the bigger picture. And so I feel like for you, Taurus, especially because y'all are ruled by Venus, y'all are very much so into your emotional investments. You're ruled by the love planet. So Taurus, whatever you're still hanging on to over here, you're only hanging on to it because that's where your heart's energy went at one point in time. That's where you put your energy. That's where you devoted your time, whatever. It's the only reason you're holding on to it, because you feel a connection there. However, Taurus, putting your energy into something is not the same as a connection, especially when you've moved past it, especially if it's karmic. Let me throw that out there. Holding on to certain things, not cleansing the cords, not cutting the cords, not being willing to release or do your work on your end to release situations, or not willing to let go or close the chapters, puts you into the space to where you can't do the things that you have planned out for yourself. So you've got to look at things in the bigger picture, Taurus. Does holding on to this do anything for you in your future? If the answer is no, snip, 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 okay? If the answer is yes, then you need to revisit and maybe cleanse those cords, or maybe rework that relationship, or re-strategize on that situation. You know what I'm saying? This card also comes up with this energy of just understanding the things. It literally in the book, I have a note, this is understanding your triggers, but this is understanding what gets you going, what is going to motivate you to move forward. So as you're holding on to these things, as you're not willing to come into the death aspect of this death and rebirth card, Taurus, you've got to think about, well, what is it on this future side of this Between Worlds card that I really, really, really want? Then once you figure that out, okay, if I hold on to anything here, it's going to stop me from getting here. So I need to work through whatever's over here so that this card can be in full color. You know what I'm saying? So just looking at things in the bigger picture, Taurus, what do you need? Where are you growing? What are you growing into? What are you ascending into? And how are you being held back by what you want to hold on to? Okay? Last card that you have coming up in your spread, Taurus, is in the position of the soul message. And you've got lilac. And the message on the card is strengthen your faith. I'm going to translate that into strengthen your faith in the new you. Have faith in yourself. Sagittarius season is a very optimistic time. It's an adventurous time. And Sagittarius carries a very independent energy. Strengthen yourself in the faith. Strengthen your faith. Strengthen your faith in your new sense of self. Be willing to come into the rebirth. Be confident in the fact that your rebirth is going to be everything that it needs to be, and that you don't need to hold on to what's happening on the death side of that card, okay? Also, lilac is a purple. Purple is associated with the crown chakra. When I think of the crown chakra, I think of completion. I think of things, all components that are needed being there and being put in so that you can come to this point of completion. I think of ascension, and I also think of alignment. So Taurus, you're supposed to be in alignment with something. This Between Worlds card and the death and rebirth card is just telling me that you're kind of prolonging your process by not letting go of the chapters that you're supposed to be closing, okay? Look at things in the bigger picture, and again, have faith in the fact that, you know, what you're supposed to be in alignment with, what you're being led to, life will not lead you astray. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's where you're supposed to be, okay? All right, Taurus, that's your spread. I hope it provided you with some insight. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. If you like your own personal reading, you can do so by booking one with me through my Etsy shop. I am having a holiday sale, which is going through Christmas, December 25th, for those of y'all that don't celebrate. And check out that, I want to say Scorpio, but it's not Scorpio. Check out that Sagittarius new moon video. I've got that link down below as well. I don't know if I mentioned that we just ended a couple of retrogrades in this video, but I've also got my retrograde series playlist linked down below too. That is it for my shameless plugs. Thank y'all for watching and rocking with me. Happy holidays. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.